In this session, we'll take a look at how to use Turnitin for checking the plagiarism. How to use Turnitin for checking the plagiarism. First, we have to create an account on Turnitin. So you can do the Google and go to the home page of Turnitin and create an account. I have created an account and logged in here. So this is how the Turnitin interface looks like. This is how the Turnitin interface looks like. This is widely used for checking the plagiarism. This is widely used for checking the plagiarism. In this particular section, we will go through one particular document and we'll put it on Turnitin and check how to do the plagiarism sanity checking on this, right? So let's say first you create the account, log in, right? Create the account, log in, and then this is how it looks like. So now here you look at this. Let's say you have students to whom we want to give the access. So there are options available here, which you call it, which here I am right now, and this is an instructor portal. So first I have to create the class. That's why I kept it an instructor portal. We'll take a look at how to do it for student also. So set it up as an instructor first. Set it up as an instructor first, which you can take a look at the top right hand side. So set it up as an instructor portal. Once you do this, at right hand side, there is a green tab which is called Add Class. Add Class. In right hand side, there is a tab called Add Class. So firstly, I have to create a class. So I'll click on Add Class. It might take few seconds to reach there. Once you go there, this is how the interface looks like to create a class. Here, you please keep a class type as a standard and give a class name. Maybe give a class name, any class name or a course name you can give. Let's say plagiarism demo, right? You can give any class name as per your course or subject which you are having it. After that, you have to enter the enrollment key. After that, you have to enter the enrollment key. For an example, that's a password which we share with the students. That's a password which we share with the students. So now let's say for an example, I have entered the key 1, 2, 3, 4. You keep it as per your wish. And then subject area, you can keep it whichever you like based on your field. I'll put it engineering. Students level, whether they are graduate or postgraduate, correct? Let's say for an example, postgraduate. Once you do that, give a class start date. That is for today's date, right? 6th September, or you choose whatever it is. Class end date, how long you want to keep it on. So let's say I'll keep it on for an year. You can trim it down maybe to a month or maybe a week, up to you. Here I'm setting it up for an year so that I don't have to create the classes again and again. Once you do that, click on a submit button. Once you do that, click on a submit button. Now see, the class has been created. The class has been created. This is your class ID and this is the enrollment key, right? This is your class ID and this is your enrollment key. Note it down because you have to share this with the students. See, the class ID would be shown here also under the class tree, but enrollment ID is a password which you know, which you have to share, right? After that, you continue. Note down the class ID and enrollment key for further usage, right? After that, you have to continue. Now, inside the class page, we have to go inside the class page. You get in the class page, click on that. So it will open that interface. Now see, inside the class page, there is a tab called Add Assignment. Right? Now see, once I click on the Add Assignment value, I have to create an assignment. It may take few seconds to open that. Once I have created that, let it open. It might take maybe based on the internet and the cloud service of this Turnitin. So now this is how it looks like. Give a title. Give a title, maybe anything, a new assignment or something, right? Or maybe you can say just demo assignment, or you can just say assignment, research article. Let's say research article, correct? So any instructions you can give, whatever the instructions you want to give. Let's say the plagiarism should be below 20%. That's the instruction which I am imposing for the students. Scheduling, the start day, that is at the right hand side, we can give it today's date, or you can decide, right? Due date, here it's a week's due date. For 1 week, students can submit. If there is any feedback you want to release, right, that will be released in subsequent dates, right? So those dates you can change. Grading and feedback. Let's say you want to give a grade to them and feedback. So out of max point 100, you can give you can decide that, right? Whether you want to allow students to do the resubmissions, if you are allowing them to resubmit it based on this, let's say plagiarism index. Sometimes let's say he got 50% plagiarism or 30% plagiarism, and a student wants to resubmit it. So you can allow the resubmit or do not allow. It's up to you. And allow the resubmissions until the due date and all those things, right? Allow late submissions also. You can decide whether after the date, are you allowing the students or not. Resubmission generally we allow until the due dates, because this is iterative. Once we upload the article for plagiarism checking, it may come 35% or 30%, and subsequently we want to change, right? So we allow the students to re-upload the article. Once this is done, I'll just uncheck the late submissions that I'm not allowing. Create the assignment. Once you do that, create the assignments. There are some reports settings also. We'll look into that one also. Just let's go back and see what are these report settings, which are important settings. There are some optional settings. Let it open. There are some optional settings. Let me go to the edit settings. Now see, there are report settings. Now here, be careful with this. It says store submissions for comparison, which means it's going to take our article and store it in the repository, right? So it says right now, see, there are three options: private institutional repository, general Turnitin repository, and do not store the submitted papers, right? There are three options. Generally, I prefer my article not to be stored anywhere. Therefore, I check this option here. Why specifically? Because if you do not check it, it may store in the general repository, and the second time when I upload this, it may compare with my own article or document and says that it's 100% plagiarism. We'll see that case also, right? And report generation. Definitely at the time of submission, after some time, it should generate the report. There are some options, let's say some exclusions. As we discussed those quoted materials and other things, sometimes we want to exclude the bibliographic material. So I'll just click on that. So it will exclude the bibliographic material, such as let's say reference list. Most of the references, they follow the same formatting. Therefore, I have to exclude that from the plagiarism check. Exclude quoted materials definitely, because I'm quoting and citing, so I don't want that to be considered under plagiarism. Exclude matches which are smaller than 8 words, which means, let's say, the smaller fragmented sentences which are less than 8 words, which will be excluded from the plagiarism check, which is natural also, because sometimes we write the similar words which everyone writes, right? So we avoid that type of smaller fragments. Compare the submissions where, so it says that compare with the Turnitin's general repository, private institutional repository, internet content, whatever has been published, periodicals, journals and publications, right? Compare with them. for plagiarism checking. Report access. Allow students to view the similarity reports. Definitely we have to allow them. Otherwise, they'll not be able to see whether they have copied and from where it's been copied and how much it's been copied, so that they can take the corrective measures and change. Once this is done, save it, right? Or save those settings. Save those settings, right? Now, once this is done, we'll go to this one and then try to create the similarity reports. Try to create the similarity report, right? Let's say, for example, I'll take one example. Let's say for a while, just before we dive into this, here we have a help desk. Let's say for a while, if you are facing any issue, you can click on this help desk and submit a request. So for an example, let's say by mistake, you have stored your article in the repository of Turnitin and you are repeatedly getting the self-plagiarism, higher percentage, 100% plagiarism. So in that case, what you can do, you can raise a ticket to the administration and ask them to delete your article from their repository, and they do it. So it's no worry. Earlier it was difficult, but now it's smooth. No worries. Within 3-4 days, they will delete. But you have to just follow them up. Okay. So now let's go back. So see, this we have created the entire class with appropriate settings. Now we want to release this class to the students so that they can do the plagiarism checking. You can also do it. You can enroll yourself as a student and we can do it from this account itself. But let's assume that we are releasing this to the students, right? So this is my class ID and enrollment ID was just 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so I have to go to the right hand side top corner, change this instructor to the student mode first. Change this instructor to the students mode first, right? Now, generally, request students to create their account through their email ID and log in. Once they log in, this is how it looks like. I have just changed. Now, I am in a student mode. You can see here at the top side, I am in a student mode. What I have to do first is I have to enroll in the class what we have just created. So, student has to click on this enroll in a class, enter the class ID. So, whatever the class ID which I have shared, which we have noted, I'll zoom it, which we have noted, I'll enter here and enter the enrollment ID which is 1, 2, 3, 4 and submit. So, that student will be enrolled in this class, in this particular class. Now, let's submit the report. Now, from the dashboard of the student, click on this class, which is plagiarism demo. For an example, right now we are taking. On submission page, you can see this blue tab, which is open. Click on that open. And then it may take few seconds here. Let it open. Once it is open, we'll take one demo upload of a report. So now here you can see submit the work from here, right? So you can see the student can see what is the start date, what is the due date, feedback and other things, right? And he knows that late submissions are not allowed, resubmissions are allowed. So he can do this iteratively, right? So now here you can see browse the files, right? So you can click on this browse files. And maybe let's say for an example, this is my research article. Which I am trying to upload. So it says, see, for an example, this document is there. So I'll just show you the document so that you can have a better idea. So let's say this is a document. Which I am trying to upload. This is one research article which we have written. And let's say we want to check plagiarism. Please note that the preprint of this article is been uploaded. So it might show 100% plagiarism because the preprint is uploaded, but we will exclude that. And that's intentional, just to show you around how to do. So some uploading, which may take few seconds. Let it upload. Once it is uploaded, it will generate the report within few minutes itself. Within few minutes or few seconds itself. We have to give it time because it goes to the cloud. Okay, it has uploaded finally. it has uploaded finally. So I click on submit button, right? Once it is submitted, see, this is the place where the uploaded report would be coming up, right? And it says, see the similarity index, how much. It may take few minutes. So in the meantime, we'll see something else, right? So here you can see within few minutes or few seconds, similarity report would be generated. Similarity report would be generated. So we'll come back to that. In the meantime, we'll discuss something else, right? So here you can see, we can, whatever the grades after this, we can give him, let's say out of 100, we can give him 80 marks or 40 marks or something. The students will be able to see. The student will be able to see, and he can go iteratively. He can look for some of the feedbacks also, right? See, he can view the submission ID and submit, or he can download the receipt also. Whatever the submission ID is there, he can download the receipt also for that, right? Let me just refresh and check whether it has generated the similarity report or not. Now see, decoding the similarity report is again extremely important. Now you can see, similarity report has been generated, which has 93% of the similarity. I will click on this, so the entire report goes up. I'll click on that, so that entire report goes up. So now the idea is, it may take few seconds to generate this document. Let it happen, and then once it is there, we'll walk through the entire this similarity report quickly in next 5 minutes, and then we can get started with the questions and other things. So see, here you can see, in the meantime it generates, but I'll explain that this article, as I said, is uploaded on this preprint portal, which means even it is not published, I can put a preprint and make it public so that everyone can see that preprint. Now my preprint is online, and this is the place, right? So see, this is the place from where the 90% of the match is coming. This is the place from where the 90% of the match is coming, right? So what I have to do is, I have to ensure that this match goes off, because it's my own work which I uploaded here. So you look at this, this is the article preprint. Turnitin has identified that this has been copied from here. This has been copied from here. Now, as soon as I go there and I can see, okay, this is a particular source. Once the entire report is generated, we can see that there also, right? So see, this has been generated now, finally, the entire report. You can see all highlighted things, they are copied, and this is the source number 1. You can look at this left hand side, this is the source number 1. So this is the one from where it's been copied. As I said, this is the source where I uploaded my preprint. So I'm expecting 100% match, because it's my own article which we uploaded, right? Then you can see these are the sources, right? So now see, for an example, let's say a PhD student has published 3 articles and he is writing a thesis. Definitely thesis will be 100% plagiarized because his articles are online. How do we do that? Now see, we can exclude this particular source because that's our own. That's our own. I'll click on exclude source. On the right hand side, you can see exclude source option here. I'll just click on that. Now it revises and excludes that particular source Now you can look at this. The plagiarism index came down to 18%. Plagiarism index came down to 18%. Right hand side corner, you can see plagiarism index came down to 18% because I'm excluding my particular source. Now, there are some of the filters also. Look at this. I am excluding bibliographic content, which means, let's say, these references, right? They should not be included in the plagiarism because everyone cites in the same way because the format is same. So that's why we have to exclude it. If you do not exclude it, it will come. We have set up these options from the assignment setting itself, so it comes automatically here, but you can exclude or include if you want. We have excluded the quoted text also. So let's say some of the content is directly copied in the brackets, which will be excluded. Exclude the smaller matches which are less than 8 words, so smaller fragments are excluded. Okay. So see, the plagiarism report is ready. The plagiarism report is ready, and I am satisfied with 18% of plagiarism. 18% of plagiarism, which is okay. So you can see all the sources here. This is the major source, right? All the sources here from where they have been copied, and this source is noted here. So you can go to that particular article and what is that article from where it's been copied and how much it's been copied. Everything has been done. So this is the source. from where it's been copied. So you can check from their location, right? So these are all the sources. The moment when you click this source gets opened at right hand side. Left hand side, let's say source number 6. This information is copied from here, right? This information has been copied from here. So that's how we can generate the plagiarism report. So that's how we can generate the plagiarism report. So in this particular session, we have walked through how to use the Turnitin for a plagiarism checker. Now see, in the next section, I want to quickly show you around. This is tougher. See, there is one shortcut for the instructors. Let's say, in this particular section, there is an option which we can use it for the instructors only, right? So let's say in this particular section, we'll see how to set up the quick submit, right? So here there is a tab called quick submit. You click on that and click on submit button and see search items, right, for the students' papers and other things, right? And here be careful, standard paper repository. You can say no repository. I do not want to submit my article to a repository, and I can click on submit, right? This gives me a quick upload option. You can give file name, whatever, maybe A, B, C, whatever you want, and open that document and upload directly, right? Upload. It will be uploaded in a few seconds or maybe a 1 or 2 minutes. Once it is uploaded, click on the confirm tab, and then similarity report will be generated. Similarity report will be generated, right? Similarity report will be generated. You can see here, our previous case where we were talking about this, a student can download the entire similarity report here. So let's say click on download in the previous case, and then download the similarity report, right? Now download the similarity report. Once it is downloaded, the similarity report will look like something. Let it happen. It is saying that it is downloading. Left hand side, bottom, you can see it is downloading. Once that happens, it will download, right? Once that happens, it will download, and I'll just open. I have a pre-downloaded report. So this is how it looks like. Look at this here. Percentage could be a little bit of different, but this is how it looks like. Similarity report. This is how it looks like. You can see these are assignment option, and then here you can see 15% because I have a pre-downloaded report, because it takes a lot of time. So I have a pre-downloaded report that shows around 15%. Some of the sources which we have included, that is my own article, it shows here one article is excluded. One article is excluded. So generally 15 to 20% is acceptable, and we can exclude, right? We can exclude. Let's go back to that quick option, quick submit option, and see. So now see that article has been uploaded under the quick menu, and click on confirm. Once you confirm, go to assignment inbox, and you can see the plagiarism report. And you can see the plagiarism report. It may take 1 or 2 minutes. It may take 1 or 2 minutes, and the plagiarism report will be ready with a percentage, right? So in this section today, what we have seen, everything was about how to upload an article on Turnitin and how to check the plagiarism also. Thank you very much for your time and listening.